$6,000.
$6,000 for Etienne.
My
That's
first
the bet.
year.
Did you have to pay your monthlies?
Of course.
All right,
the-
gentlemen.
I got into debt heavy debt. This is a topic. That's what we should have talked
made you
about.
pay
They started the conversation and we didn't even introduce each other.
Yeah, no, I absolutely wanted to not have any kind of advantage whatsoever. I paid all my stuff, but I just didn't. It's not that I wasn't busy working. You spoke about 80 hours a week. It's just that I didn't get the return, like you list, you sell, and it wasn't just not that same year. I collected maybe the next year. I think if I remember correctly, my first year was about $6,000, which today would be what, 20 ish. Then my second year was in the 50s, 60s, then 80s, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I wasn't expecting my first year to be that hard. No way.
So it brings us to today's subject, 40 to 500.
Yeah.
How do you get from 40K as a broker to $500,000? I'm leaving you the floor. What do you got?
Well, I would say, Mike, if you want to talk about your experience as a new broker when you started in the business, what did you do to have the shit results that you got?
That's one way of putting it.
No, but you had crap results, right?
I did. I had
As
very
I
bad-
did. So maybe before you answer the question, I'll tell you what I did wrong.
Yeah.
Is first of all, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I didn't have I wasn't from the West Island, but I started working in the West Island. I had no friends. I was 24 years old. I looked like I was 12. And so I just randomly, my first thing was, well, who's trying to sell privately? Because they don't have a broker and I know they want to sell. So I just did for sale by owners, but I didn't know how to approach them. I just was left by myself, as
Right.
you said. So it worked out in the end, but it took a lot of money and time because I was by myself.
Yeah.
How about you?
Same thing. I was
No, but tell the story about the
My-
cards. Because
well, my agency director didn't basically give me any help. I was left to myself. I didn't have anybody to really guide me. It's not like today where you have all this support and Hell Week and all that stuff. We didn't have that. So because I didn't have it, I think that gave me a little bit of a step back. So I spent money and I did some mailings.
But where did this idea come from that I'm going to do the ad mail?
It was the old school mentality of you see some people
because
do it.
everybody else was doing it and they seem to be doing good. So I
you
figured
go.
I got to do that too.
I wonder where this is coming from. Like everybody goes into these phases of I'm going to do the cards. Like the first thing when you talk about marketing, the first things that brokers think is those ad mails.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
There's so many different things that you could be doing. And
Like a
then-
cereal box. Like,
cereal box.
yeah.
What do
You ever thought about that?
Promote yourself on
You
a
put-
cereal
yeah,
box.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, how do I do
Would
that?
your 5-year-old like to see me every morning?
I don't know if
If
kids-
so,
I don't know if kids still eat cereal. Is that still a thing? You
Yeah,
have
it's
young
still a
kids?
thing. Yeah,
Okay.
I have my own kids.
But there's
I didn't borrow them or anything. They're my own.
you still
They're
know.
here to stay.
No, but there's about 1,000 different cereal brands. So how would you afford that?
Put your face on each
I
one.
think I realized
Yeah,
that.
it's not a good idea, Mike. Throw it in the garbage. No, but let's go back to the original question. How do you go from 40 to 500? Gabriel, you were a rookie of the year
Mhm.
at a very young age.
Yep.
So how did you do it so that you didn't have our crappy results?
Consistency. Everybody thinks it's the formula and the prospects and your contacts and who you know.
Oh, yeah, but
It's
wait, I just thought
consistency.
of something.
And he's gonna say, why don't you put this consistency now?
No, well, yes,
Oh, there you
that's true. But weren't you helped by someone to get to that winning that award? that
No
first
one
year?
helped
Ah.
me. No, definitely. It's actually one of the questions here. They're talking about mentors and all that. I'll read up the question, but no, definitely the fact that I was able to get the guidance at the very beginning. So I had you, obviously I had the team, but we did sit down quite a bit, and I think that's a tremendous help at the beginning of your career. You
You
need
think?
to have a mentor. Well, I owe it all to you, man.
That's what I want to hear.
But yeah, sure, just for the ego. It did help a lot, but the main difference between the advice you gave me and the same advice, let's say, you gave to everybody else that joined, was that I stayed consistent with it. You told me 80% prospecting, 20% admin. So what I
Yeah.
did was 80% prospecting, 20% admin. And then when I got busy with the admin, I stayed at 20% admin and 80% prospecting.
But you're kind of downplaying my role here, I think, a bit.
No, your role is to guide the broker, not to hold them by the hand, but to tell them, listen, you want to be successful, you want to be rookie of the year, you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars from your first year. It's doable. Here are the steps, but you have to apply. And you told me, you said, listen, I'm not here to do the work for you. I'm
Yeah.
going to give you all the tips in the
Hell no.
world.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then I just did.
So
And I
the
stayed.
consistency of the right activity, which for you was building new relationships and nurturing relationships, you put 80% of your daytime
Yes.
activity towards that, which then resulted in a fantastic first year.
Yep.
You were rookie of the year, as I said. Mike, you were left by yourself. You
In the
decided
cold.
I'm going to spend money on ad mail. And so you did this for 3 months straight, you were saying earlier.
Yeah, I did it for 3 months straight, and then
Do you remember how much you spent on like per mailing?
I don't remember how much I spent per mailing, but in advertising and everything that I did, I think I was about at $3,500.
Per?
No, $3,500
Oh, overall?
Overall, maybe a little less than 5,000.
And that resulted in what?
That resulted in me giving up, and I'm
No,
gonna
no,
go-
but did you get any business? Did you
no,
get
I got zero
nothing?
business. I got a couple of tire kickers,
So there you go.
and that was about it.
Well, you're even good to have even gotten a call or someone to reach out, because most of the time you don't get nothing. From
Well,
those.
I got a couple of complaints too, along with that.
Even better.
Being
So,
disruptive.
so consistency. Remember this. This is what we're saying here. I guess this is what the topic is. If you want to get somewhere, you got to be. It's like physical activity. Working out, diets, relationships. Your relationship's going to go to hell if you're not consistent with the nurturing and if you're not taking care of your spouse
80% of the time.
80% of the time. Then no, but it's true though. When you think of it, like I got divorced, like I don't know what is it, 6 times now, and so no, it's not true. But it's the consistency of everything that makes it a big difference. I read a lot, Mike, as you barely know. The most successful people, when I read their biographies, they always talk about that, the consistency, to never quit and to keep on going.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something that you must have heard that before though.
No,
then.
definitely. Well, I'm an avid reader, right? So it's I usually go for a book a week. So it's
Audiobooks.
No,
Which
both actually.
It's the same.
I
as
will read
reading.
every morning while you're still sleeping, and then I'll have audiobooks at the gym while you're still sleeping.
But how many hours did you work per week?
I would say easily 80.
80 hours.
80.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So no, well, if you split it on the 7 days, we're talking about what, 12 hours? It's
yeah.
doable. It's not that bad.
It's true.
Okay.
But you got to work the weekends. You can't-
But
you
let's
can't
say
start-
let's not go into specifics, but let's say the amount of money that you
Why
made.
not? Oh,
Yeah.
say
okay.
to the penny how much
Okay.
you made.
Let's say the amount of money that you made.
Yeah.
If somebody that's making 5, 6, 7 times that amount,
Sure.
would they have to work 5, 6, 7 times the amount of hours that you did?
No, Mike. What you need to do is to have more people. And
Right.
that's why the importance of building that foundation, building those systems, having people and being surrounded with you guys. That's
Okay.
the only way to scale.
There are teams, however, that don't have that many people, and I see that they're making maybe 5, 6, 7.
But they could be making 7, 5, 10, 20 times more.
Exactly.
And that's what baffles me, because why would you stop the growth? To me, it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you stop something that's nature's never stops growing?
So we'll get back to that also with a question.
No, we're
just
not
in,
going to
uh,
get back to it.
We're gonna keep.
on
We're
talking.
done. We are done. We're gonna talk about our crown project quickly. So we have a video to show you. We're now in new construction, so you'll have all the details on the video, and we will be right back. you're always
Last time
staring
I
at
was looking
this.
at the camera, you guys were like, "Stop looking at the camera." So now I look at.
It's okay.
I find
Mike.
it's
we
better
forgive you.
because if I look there,
You think they're talking to them?
what?
It looks like you're talking to them. If you look
To
straight,
who?
if you look straight at the camera.
No, I know we're in.
Oh.
We're looking at. Everybody's looking
Well, I didn't know.
at. Where should we look? Where should we talk? So we're back. So,
So what-
we
you have some
have
questions?
yes. So I have a question from Francine from Belleuil, who wants to know: did you have a mentor to teach you everything you know, or someone to inspire you? And that's a question I'm assuming for everybody.
Well, I guess if you said that
He wants to get more praises now. So, well, Gabriel, why don't you say it again?
yeah, say it again for
It's yeah, and I
Juliette.
owe it all to you.
That's right.
But I would say my advice would be yes, you definitely need a mentor, not necessarily a coach, depending who you are. But well, I think we spoke about that another subject. But I would say for sure a mentor. But then the difference will be will you apply it in a consistent manner, because that's where it's going to be a make or break.
Mike, what do you think?
I think yeah, a mentor would always be great. I wish I had one at the time. I didn't have one, so I mentored myself into learning.
You can't mentor yourself.
Well, I made mistakes and I
You can
learned from
teach
those.
yourself. You
And
can't mentor.
But
regardless,
we
experience like the mistakes that I made. Maybe if I would have had a mentorship program or something, I probably would have avoided that, which would make me save time, maybe
Yeah.
be more successful in a shorter term.
I think there's a lot that you can do in the beginning to just get your own self going, and but obviously being in the right environment with the right people is going to help quite a bit. So that it be a coach or a mentor, I think first of all you can just pick a good agency where you already have that as a base,
Yeah,
and then move from there as you progress, as you grow.
I agree. What do you think, Gabriel?
So well said.
I know.
I'm in tears. It's beautiful.
You should be.
He's such a great mentor.
Any other
I get
questions?
emotional.
Any
I
other
try not to
questions
let
or
it show.
comments, Mr. Zikri?
Comments. We had a few. Yeah, actually, the last comment here that we have from John, actually, from Mirabel, is actually asking us. You want to scale your business? You say 40 to 500.
Yeah.
But how many years would that take?
That's a good question. Because Mike, you wanted to talk about getting from what was it, 1 million to 4 million?
No, it was more like from 1 million in your first year,
Yeah.
or your
Which-
third year,
Which is nothing's impossible.
but it's not plausible.
I don't know what that word means, so sure. But I would say that if I'm 40 to 5 is a doable thing. I had one broker that in his first year achieved that 500,000.
You can say my name. It's okay. It's all good.
No, it wasn't you. It was someone else. And a very young man. So it's all about the time that you spend on your business and what do you prioritize as the main activity, as you so clearly described that 80-20 thing. But if you really spend all your time just building relationships, meeting new people, business development stuff, it's a possibility for sure.
I think something that helps people too is because some people come from a different environment where they would have already had a big network.
That's
And when they
right.
start the real estate, all they did is implement to something they already had that
Some
gave
peop-
them a step ahead.
That's a great point, Mike. I say this all the time. You see people come into the industry that already had that network, that momentum from whatever they were doing. They have a personality that's outgoing and sociable, and they're in different clubs and environments, and they know a lot of people. And then they come into real estate and their business just booms from
Yeah.
the get-go. So, but if you don't have that kind of personality, which I did not have, I was very shy, Mike, as you know, when we went to high school together. I couldn't order a Big Mac without becoming all stressed out of my head.
Sweaty.
So what happened is you can create, though, a system or a way to get that same kind of outgoingness if it's not a natural thing for you. I
Yeah.
think a lot of successful brokers don't even know how they became successful because they're not conscious about what made
No.
them successful.
Great words to live by.
It's profound.
It's the end. We're out of time. Thank you both.
Well, thank you.
We will leave you with our Apple contest video. All details are on it. Good luck, everybody. Have a good one.
You want to win $10,000 worth of Apple products? It's simple. Stay tuned for the 100th episode of The Growth Show. For every like, share, comment, and subscription, you get an extra entry to our contest.